Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces September 10, 2024. The moon spends the day in your sign, and your feelings are more colorful than usual, or at least seem that way. You have a stronger need for acknowledgement and emotional connectedness right now. Still, today's moods and desires seem impermanent, and you're probably right that they won't last long. It can be a bit tricky arriving at a compromise, but it's certainly not out of reach. Not feeling on top of your schedule can make you antsy. Your best bet now is to take on as few demanding activities as possible to avoid the feeling that you're running behind. Try to be gentle in your communications now. Fortunately, your hunger for learning can expand now, and your enthusiasm can take you far. You are one of the most sensitive zodiac signs of all. You can pick up on even the subtlest energetic shifts in life. Today, as the asteroid Pallas soars into the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, you're experiencing a newfound shift. Pallas is tied to courage, wisdom, and strength and aids us in balancing the masculine and the feminine. Embrace further exploration, discovery, truth, and idealism. Travel or learning could be particularly enriching. Turn your attention to these ideas and you may unlock a whole new perception of life, your path, and the journey of humanity. Who will support you? You might be in a mood to focus on having more fun with your job, as the Sun in Virgo opposes Saturn retrograde in Pisces. There could be a desire to pursue a passion project, idea, or hobby in your work life. If you feel strongly about this exciting venture, then you need to align yourself with a supportive community. Friends, peers, colleagues, and more should come together. Consider who is part of this community, so that you can feel confident and courageous taking on a creative endeavor. The planetary alignment gives you the opportunity to bring the exotic into your life. Remember that other cultures can give us insight into ourselves that can light up our lives. Whatever exotic means to you, give it a try. Try to stimulate at least 3 of your senses with something new: taste, sound, smell, etc. The new does not need to disturb the things that give your life structure and regularity. Stick to your usual dietary boundaries while welcoming new ingredients and flavors into your kitchen. Today, you are going to be able to make a situation more concrete and have more weight in your professional life. Don't hesitate to roll up your sleeves, but avoid being sloppy. You need to take responsibility for your decisions and get involved with those you collaborate with a little more. In your emotional life, you will discover the qualities of someone close to you who had left you rather indifferent up to the present. You may even envisage forming a couple with them. It's nice to uncover the hidden treasures of those close to you. As Mars spends his first weekend in your sector of adventure, travel, learning, and discovery since early 2023, there will be no merely paying lip service to the spirit of the weekend. With Saturn challenging old excuses on the playful and creative side of life and important developments unfolding on the home and relationship fronts, a shift has occurred. Additionally, with Mercury in his last full day in your career sector before activities slow down until Mars returns in November, a life dominated by work is losing its allure. There is likely to be a strong sense of nostalgia in the air as Uranus not only spends his first weekend in retrograde motion in your relationship sector but with both planets in your romantic sector already in retrograde motion. With the moon having wrapped up its only visit to a nostalgic and reflective part of your chart while Venus, planet of love, is here yesterday, the nostalgic trip down love's memory lane that she is taking your heart on has just become a lot more interesting. Our eyes in the sky. If you've ever been caught in that push and pull of wanting something deeply, yet feeling unsure of how to approach it, you're certainly not alone. We all experience those moments of longing paired with hesitation, those times when our desires feel powerful, but our path forward seems unclear. Today might bring some of those feelings to the surface, gently nudging you to confront them. But here's the thing, it's completely okay to take your time with this. There's no need to rush into decisions just because your emotions are heightened. Have you noticed how, when you give yourself a moment to pause and reflect, the right path often becomes clearer? It's like taking a deep breath after running suddenly, things start to make sense again. One thing to keep an eye on today is the temptation to overindulge as a way of coping with these intense emotions. We all have our go-to comforts, right? Whether it's reaching for that extra slice of cake, pouring another glass of wine, or getting lost in endless scrolling on social media, it's easy to turn to these distractions when we're feeling uncertain. And while there's nothing wrong with treating yourself now and then, today might be a good day to stay mindful of those impulses. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, will this truly make me feel better in the long run? Often, what we really need isn't another quick fix, but simply a little space to breathe, a moment to reflect on what's going on beneath the surface. What if today, instead of reaching for that temporary distraction, you chose to sit with your feelings and see what they have to teach you? Despite the emotional challenges that might arise, there's also a powerful sense of mental and physical strength running through you today. You're stronger than you think, and this is the perfect time to tackle those tough decisions you've been avoiding. Maybe there's been something weighing on your mind for a choice you've been putting off because it feels overwhelming or because you're unsure of the outcome. Today, you have the clarity and courage to face it head-on. Have you ever had one of those moments where you finally made a tough choice, and even though it was difficult, you felt an immense sense of relief afterward? That's the kind of energy you can tap into today. Trust yourself. Once you've made your decision, stand by it with confidence and resist the urge to second-guess yourself. Remember, you've got this. Think back to a time when you wanted something so deeply, but hesitated because of the unknown. Maybe it was a relationship that felt right but required a leap of faith. Or perhaps it was the desire to open up and share your true feelings with someone, but fear held you back. We've all been there, standing on the edge of wanting more but unsure of how to move forward. Today, instead of letting anxiety take the wheel, try to embrace those feelings with curiosity and self-compassion. Give yourself permission to explore what's behind that longing. What is it that you truly crave? Is it connection, understanding, or simply the comfort of being close to someone who gets you? And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right away. It's perfectly okay to take your time, to sit with your feelings, and to weigh your options before making any decisions. Sometimes, just allowing yourself to feel those emotions without judgment can help bring clarity. Have you ever noticed how, when you stop fighting your feelings and instead give them space to exist, the right path often reveals itself? Trust that in our own time, you'll find the clarity you're seeking. On the professional front, your energy and courage are at an all-time high. You're ready to take on the world, and you have everything you need to achieve your ambitions. But here's a little reminder: proceed with caution. It's easy to get sidetracked by intricate details that might seem fascinating but ultimately distract you from your main goals. Have you ever been so focused on one tiny part of a project that you lost sight of the bigger picture? It happens to the best of us. Today, try to approach things in a level-headed and sensible way. By concentrating on the most important tasks, you'll avoid unnecessary delays and reach a successful outcome more efficiently. Keep your eye on the prize and trust that you're moving in the right direction. Now, challenges may arise along the way, but here's the good news: not every difficult situation is as critical as it seems at first glance. When you're faced with what feels like a crisis, take a deep breath and react calmly. It's easy to let emotions flare up in stressful moments, but if you allow yourself to stay grounded, you'll notice that most disturbances blow over without causing any real damage. Have you ever found that after taking a step back and giving yourself some space to breathe, what seemed like a major problem wasn't so overwhelming after all? Today is a gentle reminder that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Just stay calm, stay collected, and trust that you'll make it through.